It's fantastic to have you joining us here today in Crewe, because in this series, myself and the Progressive team are traveling all over the UK in search of your property deals. We're in a particularly interesting property today because from the outside, it looks like a normal Victorian red brick house, but inside it holds lots of surprises. Let's pop in, see the owner and speak to him about this great deal. Hello, Robin. Great to see you.
Great to see you, Sean. How's it going?
No, it's going really well. Now, we know each other quite well already. And in fact, we've got a little bit of a secret history, actually. But I have not seen any of your properties, and this is the first time I've been in your area. So it's really great to be here. We've spoken to lots and lots of people who invest where they live in their own patch. So you're 300 miles away. Why Crewe?
Well, we were looking for a better yield, and we obviously up north broadly is a better yield. And cutting a very long story to short, one of our daughters lives in Crewe, so we came to Crewe. What I would say, I know Crewe and the property world in Crewe and rents, etc., houses. I know that better here than I do where I live, certainly. My advice there to anybody basically is, yes, invest in an area you know well, but that doesn't necessarily have to be where you live.
So tell me about this room then.
Well, basically, when we purchased this property, it was a very run-down and unloved block of 6 flats, 4 studios and 2 one-bed flats, and you're now standing in flat 2, which is one of the studios.
So was it like this when you first got it?
I mean, obviously, when we first took it over, 5 people living in this property in total. So we've had people sleeping in the hallway, we've had people sleeping in the back room, nightmare. So the nice tenants who were living here at the time got absolutely sick and death of it. There was mess everywhere. The really nice guy that lives across the hall in a flat, he lived here for 25 years. We're going to move him out of the horrible property that he's currently residing in, and we're going to move it into a brand spanking new for him.
Wow, and it'll be a new lease of life, clearly, because this looks like it's shaping up to be a really beautiful studio.
It's going to be fabulous. To walk around it, obviously we've got a nice kitchen area, nice sink, we're going to have a fridge put in here with an ice box. He's going to have a microwave, oven and grill, supper in there. The windows that when we came in here, there was no glass in some of them. It was that bad. So we had to put new windows in. It's been a complete refurb, yeah.
Well, do you know what? It looks so beautiful. There's so much light coming in here. I'm so excited to see what you've done with the rest of the property. So would you like to show us?
Yep, absolutely. I'll lead on. Follow me.
Yes, thank you very much.
As I like to go numerically, we've gone from Studio 2 to Studio 5.
Oh, excellent. Wow, this looks rather nice as well. So a similar size space to the one downstairs.
Similar size. They're big enough for a bed, a wardrobe, table chairs. Again, same sort of kitchen layout, 2-ring hob. Everything is electric, by the way, in here. We've had, because obviously the legislation that's coming in for these buildings, obviously we've taken all the gas out.
So just when you said the legislation for these buildings, for anybody who's watching who might not know what that is, what does that mean?
Basically, arguably, the government is saying by 2030 that we're not supposed to have putting gas into houses. So to preempt that, we've taken the gas out. That it wasn't working anyway. We took the gas out of this house and everything is now electric. So electric heating, electric hob, electric water heater under there for the sink and for the basin in the ensuite, and an electric shower.
Amazing. So you're future-proofing the property whilst making it really beautiful for people who are living here, which is fantastic. Let's continue the magic mystery tour.
Now this here used to be the bedroom of a bigger flat. We wanted to put the communal ensuite in here, which was more appropriate from where it was before.
So when you said communal ensuite, so this was a communal bathroom?
For someone upstairs,
Upstairs.
Different access ways. We've had to cut an access way into here. We've obviously had to block up the original access way.
So you have actually cut, so this space, this was just wall here, and you have cut this doorway out.
We've cut that doorway into that to access that room there, yes, certainly.
These challenges can all be overcome, right? Yeah. And no matter what happens, there are solutions. So in every problem, there is a solution.
A builder said to me once, I'm not a builder, I'm a problem fixer.
Exactly.
And I think that probably sums it up.
But this is key in everything, because one of the things that I've certainly learned through my time in Progressive Property is that when you solve people's problems, then you make progress and you make money. Anyone can achieve time and financial freedom through property with the right knowledge. All you need to do is download our free Buy to Let report, which covers the fundamentals of finding, funding, and filling your properties in the most effective ways possible. Take action now, click the link in the description, and finally change your life. Ah, another studio, fantastic. Look at the light in this place. It's just wonderful.
Yeah, so basically this is flat 4. This is the biggest of all. Lots and lots of windows. It's fabulous, and it's on a busy street, so it's right where you want to be if you're going to live on your own. We know where the telly's going to go. We know the bed's going to come off of this feature wall here. The wardrobe's going to go beside it. So we have these sockets and etc. and so on with those thoughts in mind. So yeah.
Brilliant. And so I'm looking around. So so we've got a bathroom here. So this is our ensuite room. I say ensuite. I suppose it's his own bathroom, really.
It is his own bathroom. I mean, we call it ensuite because I'll say everything in these properties is electric. So they have electric towel rail, electric shower. The water's fed with electric heater into the basin. And the showers, we put shower boards rather than tiling because we find those more efficient.
Yes. So we've spoken to previous people as well who've also used shower boards because you can cover a bigger space in a shorter amount of time, effectively.
It's cheaper to buy, it's cheaper to fit. There's no grubby grout, etc. So it's a win-win, I think. So shower boards, yeah.
Fabulous. Where's the kitchen if this is a studio?
Well, the kitchen's in here.
Oh, what a! I love the archway. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
I wonder, let's pop in and have a little look.
Well, we've got a 2-ring hob behind you there, Sean. A sink there with a water heater underneath. This is a microwave, but we've bought specifically a microwave that is a microwave, a grill, and a little oven as well. So basically, that's their cooking facility. Well, with a toaster and an air fryer, probably that's their cooking facilities with the 2-ring hob. Well, we're venturing up now to what will be a 1-bedroom flat. We laughingly call it the penthouse. So this is a little bit more how the properties, all the rooms have been.
So this is a kind of example of what all the rooms looked like.
Yeah. And worse. I mean, obviously, we stripped the wallpaper and got rid of the moulds, took all the grubby stuff out.
So this is after the mould and the wallpaper is gone and the grubbiness is gone.
This, I can promise, is an improvement upon how it was when we first moved in here. Yeah.
Let's talk numbers.
Okay, yeah. Let's do that.
So you bought the property at auction. You knew what you wanted to do with it. So how much did you pay? What's the refurb going to cost? End values, what do we think?
Okay, so we paid 185,000 at the auction for it. But basically, in my knowledge, I thought the refurb was going to be 110 grand.
And was that your money or were you working with other partners?
JV's partner.
You were working with JV partners.
So basically, I think I'm over budget. So I think we're going to be at 115-ish when we finish.
Oh, that's not bad. Normally, we would advise people to kind of have a really good, clear numbers with their builders before going ahead. But I suspect that you've worked with these builders before.
I've worked with them before, and at the end of the day, I know what they're capable of. I know roughly what this is going to take, but I know if I rang Lee up or Dave or any of the guys that work here, if I rang them up today and said, look, I need you here tomorrow, they will be here tomorrow.
And it's because you've built that relationship and you know they can trust each other. And if you want good work done, pay good money for it.
Pay good money, pay people well, treat them well, and they treat you well in return.
Okay, so you bought it at auction. The refurb's going to cost a little bit more than you expected. So remind me, at auction you spent
185.
185. You thought the refurb was going to be in the 100 region, but you think it's going to be 115?
115-ish maybe.
Yeah, so we're up to what, 300 now? Mm-hmm. Okay. And then what about once it's all done up?
We think around 350, 380.
Amazing. And then what's the plan after that? Are you going to be selling off each individual property?
We're going to hold them and rent them. We're talking at the moment with the local provider who may take the whole building off us.
So when you say local provider, what does that mean for any listeners out there?
I'll tell you who it is. It's the YMCA. They have various charities going to the YMCA, asking them to house various sectors of people, and they're always looking for more in the private sector. So in fact, I've got a meeting with them either today or tomorrow.
You know, it sounds amazing. So you bought a building that was clearly run down, you're going to bring it back into use, and sort of the people who are vulnerable in our society, they're going to be the people who avail of this.
Well, I mean, obviously John, who lives in the flat downstairs, it's in a deplorable condition. He's lived there for 25 years. We're moving him into the new studio that's to be completely clean. We've said to John, when you move across the hallway, literally as he will do, leave everything behind, just bring your clothes and a few personal effects, because you're going to have everything, the telly, furniture, pots and pans, cutlery, it's all going to be brand new. You know, it's going to be such an enlightening moment for him to go live there.
You know what, it sounds absolutely amazing for him, for the people you're helping, and for you as well, because with that GDV, so is the idea you're going to keep them to rent them, so you're going to refinance the property to pull some of the funds back out?
We should get most, if not all of our money back.
So you're recycling your money over and over and over again. That's amazing. Well, you know, Robin, it's been so fantastic for you to show us around. It's been really great to see you on your patch finally. And you know what? At some point in the future, we'll come back and see what this looks like when all the work's done. Well, what an amazing property. And I think you will agree that Robin is doing some fantastic stuff. He's helping people in the local area. He's bringing rundown properties back up to standard. And I bet you never would have guessed what you could do with a Victorian property in the middle of Crewe. If you would like to learn more about these strategies and how to make them work for you, Come on down to our flagship multiple streams of property income event and learn directly from the UK's leading property experts, Kevin McDonnell, Tony Gargan, and Wendy Brumwell.